I walk through the city long after midnight, when the noise softens and the streets stop pretending they care who's watching. The lights are still on, the buildings are still standing, but something feels different at this hour. This is when the city exhales. People say this place never sleeps, but I think it just doesn't know how to rest. Every window holds a story. Every passing train carries someone away from something they didn't know how to face. I pass strangers without names, faces glowing under neon signs, each of us moving in parallel lines that never meet. At night, the city stops asking questions. It doesn't demand answers. It simply lets you exist. I hear my footsteps echo between buildings, as if the streets are listening, as if they remember everyone who walked here before me. Somewhere above, someone's awake, staring at a ceiling, wondering how they ended up exactly where they are. Somewhere below, a train rushes forward, never looking back, never slowing down. I wonder how many people are walking tonight because staying still feels heavier than moving. The city doesn't judge that. It understands. Streetlights flicker like tired eyes. Traffic hums like a lullaby no one taught us how to sleep to. And for a moment, between the sound of rain and distant sirens, I feel less alone. Not because the city is kind, but because it's honest. It shows me that everyone is carrying something, even when the world looks calm. I keep walking, not to arrive anywhere, but to let the night hold my thoughts until they stop asking to be understood. Because some nights aren't meant to be solved, they're meant to be walked through. I find myself at the edge of the old commercial district, where the wide avenues tighten into cobblestone lanes. Here, the buildings lean closer, their brick faces worn smooth by decades of rain and exhaust. The modern glass towers feel a world away. This is the city's hidden seam, where the past hasn't been fully paved over. A single light burns in a third-floor window above a shuttered bookshop. Not the flat blue of a screen, but the warm, wavering gold of a desk lamp. Someone is reading, or writing, keeping a vigil with words. I imagine the pool of light on a page, a tiny defiance against the sprawling dark. For a second, I'm tempted to believe they are writing this very moment, this shared, silent hour, that we are characters in each other's unnamed stories. A delivery van idles by a service entrance, its back doors open like a metal yawn. A man in a gray uniform hefts a crate onto a dolly. He moves with the steady, automatic rhythm of someone whose night is work, not wandering. Our eyes meet over the stack of boxes. There's no smile, but a slight, acknowledging tilt of his chin. You're out here too. He is the city's bloodstream, carrying the essential things while the body dreams. My walking is a luxury his shift cannot afford. The honesty deepens. I cut through a narrow park, more a scrap of grass and a bench than a true green space. The rain has left the earth smelling of damp soil and forgotten leaves. The scent is a sudden, vivid memory. Childhood, maybe. A backyard. A feeling of safety so complete it was never even noticed at the time. The night doesn't just hold present thoughts, it stirs old sediment. The city exhales, and we breathe in time we thought we'd lost. On a bench shrouded in shadow, two figures sit close, speaking in hushed tones that blend with the rustle of the trees. Not a lover's tryst, but the tense, urgent cadence of a shared crisis. A fragment of a sentence reaches me. But what else could I do? It hangs in the humid air, the most human of questions, unanswered. I move past, giving them back their privacy. Their parallel line trembles with a drama mine does not hold tonight, and I am quietly grateful. This is the understanding. It isn't empathy, not exactly. It's the recognition of scale. My private weight is one note in a dissonant, citywide chord. The man working,
the reader in the tower, the couple on the bench. We are all notes. The chord isn't pretty or resolved, but it is full. It has a truth to it that daylight harmonies often lack. I loop back toward the heart of things, drawn not home, but to the constant, low-wattage pulse of the all-night diner. Through the steamy window, I see the usual cast: the cabbie on a break, staring into his coffee, a woman with a suitcase checking a watch, a lone man at the counter, eating pie with methodical focus, a sanctuary of fluorescence and grease. I don't go in. I am not yet ready for the pretense of transaction, for the brightness that asks me to define myself as a customer, a patron, a person with a purpose. From here, I can see my own apartment building a few blocks away, a dark rectangle with one lit square, my own. It looks small, distant, like a diorama of a life. The walk has done its work. The thoughts have been walked through, not solved, but stretched and aired out. They've lost their frantic, cramped edge. The sirens have moved to another quadrant. The rain has ceased. In the resulting quiet, the city's breath is almost audible. A vast, slow sigh through concrete lungs. It's not a rest, but it is a pause, a comma in the long, run-on sentence of the day. I finally turn toward the lit square, my footsteps slower now, aimlessness giving way to a gentle, inevitable return. The parallel lines are beginning to bend, destined to converge with the mundane responsibilities of morning. But for a few more minutes, I am still in the exhale. I carry the honest dark with me, a quiet companion, all the way to my door.